guys.
Hey guys.
We're back with another Sci-Fi Friday review, this time reviewing the sci-fi original series Dark Matter Season 2, Episode 9, titled Going Out Fighting. If you haven't seen it yet and you want to avoid any spoilers, skip this video and come back later because everything we say from this point forward is going to be a spoiler. Alright, at the very beginning of the episode, 4 and Nyx are finally getting it on, but of course 4 is a trained killer, mood killer. So 2's nanites are shutting down, and she is basically kind of on the verge of a slow, painful, just miserable death.
Yes. And she decides, yeah, no, that's not happening.
Yeah, well, of course,
that's
that's
totally too.
And one of the things that I really liked that this episode did was, as if, the tension wasn't enough already. We know, 2's in a really bad way. Mm-hmm. She decides that, she's going to fully charge her nanites, but they're going to burn out in 24 hours, and she will die immediately.
Yes.
So the tension was high, and then they ratcheted it up a little bit more, and it didn't come off as cheesy or over the top or anything.
Yeah, I know, it worked.
Added an extra layer of tension, which I really liked. So while 4, 6, 3, and Nyx are down on their recon mission, 4 and 6 get not stuck together, but they
get left behind to watch the Marauder.
Yeah, and they have this really interesting conversation about divided loyalties. And I feel like this is a clue, and especially when 4 is talking about his homeland, Xiron, losing the war. I feel like maybe that's hinting, at the very least, of 4 leaving the crew. But remember, Nyx's brother told 4 that the crew is going to get betrayed by one of their own again. And I feel like it's going to be 4. I think that it's a bit of irony that Nyx's brother told 4 that that the crew was going to be betrayed, and 4 is going to be the one doing the betraying.
Yeah, that would be interesting. That would be like an interesting bit of irony. I don't know that I see 4 betraying them, but I do think this is going to come up again, and it's going to be important, and maybe 4 has to leave. But
then, of course, near the end of this episode, 3 gets injected with some kind of black liquid that kind of controlled him, and maybe somebody else was controlling him through the black liquid, or maybe the black liquid was sentient in itself or something. That could technically, I guess, be the betrayal, but I don't feel like it is.
No, I don't feel like it is either, because 1, it was way too short, and 2, he didn't actually get to betray them yet.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything yet. They caught on before he could actually betray them.
I also really loved the scene with 5 and Android in the hot chocolate.
Oh my god, yes, yes. That scene was hilarious.
I love 5 and Android's scenes together just because they're both so quirky and funny. And then Android not giving the hot chocolate back.
Yeah. And I actually almost wonder if the next episode is the betrayal episode and it's not Android. Because something's going to happen that makes them think about restarting her personality matrix. Mm-hmm. So essentially killing her. So what does she do, or what is happening with her that makes them consider this as an option?
Well, I'm wondering if, because at the end of this episode, it seems like she's dreaming.
Yes.
And maybe they can't wake her up, and they're in a position where they need her help desperately, live or die kind of situation. And maybe they have to debate about resetting her personality matrix to wake her up so that Android can bail them out.
Yaks.
In the promo, we didn't see actual Android at all. We saw hologram Android.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking maybe she's still asleep and still dreaming and they can't wake her up. Yeah. I think my favorite thing about this episode was, though, every episode ends with a kind of an, oh man. And this episode had like 3 of them.
Yeah, like right in a row.
It's like, okay, well, this is the end. No, there's 7 minutes left. What else is going to happen? And it just kept... and I really, really liked that. It was just kept upping it one more notch. That was great.
Yeah.
So Season 2 of Dark Matter is winding down. And I think we say it pretty much every week. It gets better every single week.
Yeah, it really does.
So... Sci-Fi really needs to get their shit together and just go ahead and renew this show.
Yes.
Because it really deserves it.
Yeah.
And of course, we can't talk about this episode without mentioning Will Wheaton as Rook. Oh my gosh. He plays such a great douchebag. And what a terrible thing to be amazing at. Oh my god.
But this character is like one of those ones you just love to hate him.
Yeah.
Like, I love having him on the show, and I love getting to hate him.
Like even like in the moment, I'm like, oh my god, kill him. And then I went, no, wait, then we won't have
Yeah,
any
then
more.
we won't have him back.
Then we won't have any
Yeah.
more Rook, and that would be sad. So I mean, on the one hand, you really kind of want this character to die, but then on the other hand, you won't get him anymore. And
Yeah,
it's really an interesting feeling to have during a show. And we don't really get to experience that sensation very often on television.
Yeah,
anymore.
normally if there's a character and they're a villain, they're so evil that you want them dead. You can't stand them. You just want them gone. And this one here, like, he's evil, but he's not that evil.
Well, he's totally evil. He's just very charismatic and
And
almost personable. He's not like the level of Negan, where it's like in the comic book, I'm full on rooting for Negan now.
Yeah.
He's not there.
Yeah, he's not that charismatic.
I think Rook could get there, though.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, and it's similar to that is he does not think that he's doing wrong, really. Like, what he's doing is benefiting humanity, so he's doing good work. That's his workaround. So it's one of these villains that you enjoy having on the show, and you don't want them to be gone.
Alright, I'm pretty sure that's it for this video. If you have anything to add, let us know down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this review, and we really hope you did, be sure to tell us by dropping a like on it and subscribe for more reviews.
And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, the episode starts off, and 4 and Nyx are finally getting it on. Can you hold it together?
I'm sorry. I can think it was your awful dad joke.
It's gonna be amazing if we can just get to it.
It's not.
Yes, it is. It's gonna be awesome.
It's really corny.
That's what makes it great.
You're such a dork.